Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to explain how to configure VLANs and how to configure VTP and VTP domain and how to verify synchronization between two switches and layer 2 switches. And also I'm going to explain configure the VLANs and VLAN interfaces. Then we're going to go next step is configure SVIs, switch virtual interfaces and verify communication between two different VLANs. Then I'm going to explain brief about access list and we will configure one access list to block the traffic to go from one VLAN to the web server which is we configured in previous video. If you don't know how to configure the web server or any operating system into GNS3, please watch my previous video. I explained everything, how to import layer 2 switches, IOS or IOU images into GNS3 and also import operating systems into GNS3. Okay, the first thing we are going to configure VTP and verify the synchronization and both switches are sync. Okay, now jump onto our scenario which is I put it on GNS3. Okay, this is the switch 2, switch 1. Yeah, these are the layer 2 switches. I put it here, and this is a web server which is Linux Mint. I explained in previous video how to make it a web server. And also I put the Linux Mint desktops here, 1 2 3 4. This fourth one is a VPCS which is the same as the web server, so I'm not putting as a Mint here. And VLAN 100 here and at PC1 and VLAN 200 and PC1, VLAN 200 and PC2. This VLAN 200 stretch two PCs on different switches, so you can see that here, and this is switch 2 and switch 1. Okay, that's we done at the moment. I'm going to jump onto the switch 2. We are making switch 2 as a VTP server and this is a VTP client. Switch 1 is VTP client, switch 2 is VTP server. I hope VTP, you know everything about VTP virtual trunk protocol, which is synchronize the database of VLANs and it is synchronizing using versions of the server. So there is a three modes it has. One is a server, client and transparent. Server will store all VLAN database in server and clients won't store anything. They just get the VLAN information from the server and they apply themselves. And transparent, it will pass the VLANs. If it receives any update from the server, it will pass on to the next client, but it won't apply itself. Transparent, you can make VLAN changes on transparent switch, but you cannot make any changes or any VLANs, or you can't create any VLANs on client switch. In small enterprise network, this is not a big problem. Most of the switches, everything will be same server mode. But if you go into the big companies, corporate, many switches, sometimes maybe 100 switches, more than that, they will use one switch as a server which has lots of memory in it, storage and memory, and remaining switches won't save that VLAN database. The thing is, those switches do not have enough storage or enough RAM to store that database, VLAN database of many VLANs. Big companies, they will store many VLANs, they will configure many VLANs, so that's why they will keep one high resource switch as a VTP server. Okay, that's a basic I'm explaining. The first thing, we jump onto switch 2. Yeah, I'm configuring this one as a VTP server now. So this is the switch. If you see this show version, yeah, this is iOS image I explained in previous video, Cisco iOS software. You can see the version 15.2 and everything. You see everything here by Cisco's, everything whatever it is. Okay, then we jump onto the configure now. This is all version which is in the switch. Okay, enable and config T. Okay, then we are configuring VTP this switch to as a server. So I'm first changing the host name SW2. Okay, then I'm configuring VTP now. VTP domain, sorry, VTP more server. Okay, it is already in server, so you see the device mode already in VTP server for VLANs. Then I'm configuring the VTP domain, sorry, DOMAIN domain Cisco. So this is the domain name. You can configure whatever you want. And so you see the domain name change, VTP domain change to Cisco. You will see that. Then I'm configuring the password. This is password is main important. If you do any mistake, if you not configure the passwords on client side, they won't synchronize. You will see MD5 checksums, MD5 synchronization failed or checksums are not matching. So it's a VTP password is we will do password one, password one. Okay, so I'm just doing that simple password block, but don't do in your production environment like this. Okay, is everything done now? Do show VTP status. Sorry, I put the double T there. Okay, here is VTP version capable of 123, but here I'm using VTP version 1. It's a default version, it will apply. But if it's cat OS, the VTP version should be 3. But these are the iOS. Okay, the domain name Cisco, and pruning I'm not enabled. If pruning is if the switches, if this another switch do not have some VLANs, so it won't get any broadcast. It will restrict the broadcast into certain switches. It won't send them. Okay, then again this is a server, so maximum VLANs 105, number of existing VLANs 5. So these are the default VLANs. So this is everything. We do not configure any VLANs yet. Okay, now I am jumping onto switch 1 now, and we are configuring the host name first. Enable config t host name is switch 1. Okay, then VTP mode client. That's it. VTP password next. VTP password, sorry, VTP domain. VTP domain Cisco. Okay, VTP password is password 1. Setting device VTP password to password 1. Okay, now do show VTP status. Okay, we'll see that version 1 Cisco domain name and VTP operating mode client and everything. You see that, and MD5 digest is fine, so is no issues. MD5 digest up to now, and you see the switch 2 switch 1, so MD5 digest it matched everything. Okay, sometimes it will experience some issues. So if you don't synchronize properly, so what you have to do, you check your password configured properly or not. Then the second, that's the first one you need to check. The second thing you need to check, sometimes VTP versions are not matched on both switches, so make sure version 1 is matched on both. And the another thing is sometimes say VTP version 1 gives some issues, so change it to VTP version 2. Sometimes it will sync automatically. I seen those issues in production, so please change whatever that one. And another thing is the final thing is, sometimes if you won't synchronize any name, change VTP domain or VTP version number higher than this client version, higher than the server. So change VTP domain name on production server side from domain name Cisco to test or test to something different. It won't affect anything. It won't delete any VLANs. It won't delete any database. It's just changing the domain only. So sometimes it reset it version number to 0 if you change the domain name one name to another name. Okay, that's why I just basic troubleshooting steps. So I'm configuring VLANs on switch 2 now. Switch 2 is our server. If I trying to do anything on switch 1, it won't accept VLAN 100. So you see that VTP VLAN configuration not allowed then this client mode. So that's why I'm doing everything on server side now. VLAN 100 name test. This is test team. Okay, now VLAN 200 dev team. Sorry, VLAN 200 name dev team. Okay, this is dev. Okay, now VLAN 300 name infra. Okay, these are the VLANs I did created now. Yeah, so we will see that before up you see the going away VLAN configuration revision and client is 0. Yeah, if you see in the if you see again here in the server side, we see that what is the status now. Okay, you see the configuration revision is 2 and number of existing VLANs are 7. But if you see the under client side, we will see what will happen now. So it is not synced properly. So you see that sometimes you see those problems, and first thing you have to do, save this one, do show, do copy, run to startup. Okay, so this is config startup config. Sometimes the will affect, but it won't affect until sometimes is happening. Okay, we will check again status. So still is not synchronized, the LANs are not synchronized. So sometimes it will happen. So what we will do, we will change our password is correct, we configure the password is password1 everything, but you won't see any MD5 digest mismatch or anything. When you see that, it will tell you that. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, next if you want to check more on client side, do show VTP counters. So this will give you the what is happening. It doesn't receive any advertisement, it doesn't receive anything, so something is wrong here. So we will check again. We will also do the same thing here, save the configuration, do copy, run to startup. Okay, that's it, building configuration. So after this one, we will check client side again. Is anything wrong here again? Still nothing is happening. What we will do, first thing, we will change our VTP version number 1 to 2. So what I'm doing, set VTP version, sorry, I mean VLAN exit. Okay, set VTP version here. Okay, VTP version, we will going to set that now, exit VTP version, sorry, VTP version 2. Okay, now we will see show VTP status here. So the version set to 2 here, and also we're going to see one VTP version 2 here also. Cannot modify version in VTP client mode. Okay, sorry, we are in client mode here. So show VTP status. Okay, version running, VTP version running is 1. So we will see what is something is wrong going on here. Set VTP, no, sorry, it's wrong command. Show VTP status again. Sorry. Okay, the VTP version number not done it, so we will check what happening here. Okay guys, sorry, I forgot one thing to do here. What is happening here is we haven't configured any trunk port between these two switches. That is why it's not replicating from one place to another place. So what we will do, I am configuring switch to Ethernet, this E0, the E0 with these are trunk ports. So sorry, I forgot to configure those trunk ports after VLANs configuration. So I'm going to enter config T again, config T, interface Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet is 0 switch port mode trunk. Okay, is not encapsulation solution, but I'm changing. This is encapsulation is in auto now. I'm changing trunk encapsulation to .1q. I'm changing to .1q. Then I'm doing that mode trunk. So we done that one is on interface 00, and I'm doing on and this one also. Next, config t switch port giga ether, sorry, interface giga ethernet, this is giga ethernet 00, switch port trunk switch port trunk encap .1q. Okay, switch port mode trunk. Okay, we'll see any advertisements. Do right, so it will build the configuration. I'm also doing here. It will save the configurations now. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll check do show VTP status. Okay, you see everything here now. Version it client is applied everything 2 here, and then number of VLANs 8. Now configuration revision number 4. If you see here also, and the server side you will see everything what is happening. Do show VTP status. Okay, everything is matching here. If you want to see do show VLANs also, you will, sorry, do show VLAN, everything will be replicated from test, dev, infra, VLAN numbers, everything is done. So up to now what we done, we are going to check now. Here I configure the VTP and verify the version is synchronizing, everything is done. And then next thing we did that configure VLANs. Yeah, so we did the VTP and verify, but we configure on the VLANs and not VLAN interfaces. So I'm going to do VLAN interfaces now. So we are on the switch to VTP server 2. Okay, and so I'm closing server 1 now. Sorry, switch 1 close. So everything on switch 2 now. Okay, now interface VLAN 100. Okay, IP address is 192.168.100.254 is the interface address. 255.255.255.0. That is the address I configured, that one. Okay, I'm putting base safe side no shared. So sometimes you don't need, but sometimes it will. If you have any issues, you'll see them. So up down interface VLAN at down, the IP address is applied now. Okay, next interface VLAN 200. Okay, IP address ADD IP address 192.168.200.254. Interface address is 255.255.255.0. Okay, that's interface VLAN 200. Next, in interface VLAN 300. IP address again. Sorry. Okay, IP address 192.168.300.254 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0. So, sorry, IP address RES. Sorry guys, is there some mistake happening here? Okay, interface we are not in there. Interface VLAN 300. So okay, something is mismatching here. Invalid input detected at VLAN interface and IP address 192.168.300.254 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Okay, something is wrong happening. We will investigate what is happening. Do show IP interface brief. Okay, administratively down. This is okay. I mentioned that no share sometimes is impact. So we will go to first interface VLAN 200 now. Interface VLAN 200. Okay, no shed is down. If we see brief, that is up. Okay, now we're going to interface VLAN 300 now. VLAN 300. Okay, no shed and IP address ADDRESS 192.168.300.2. Oh, sorry guys, the wrong number. Sorry, I am entering VLAN 300 is 300. That's a mistake. Blunder mistake. I never do the blunder mistake. I'm doing is supposed to be only 254. Okay, 255. So what I'm doing is blunder mistake is I am doing is 230 here. It's not even 230. I'm doing is 192.168. 230. We doing that 254. Okay, then I'm not realized what is happening there. 5.255.0. Okay, so VLAN 300 is 230. No shut. Okay, so if you see that IP address interface brief, you will see all the VLAN interfaces assigned with the and they are done now. Okay, that's up to now. We configure the what we could check again. We configure the VLANs and VLAN interfaces done. So we need to configure SVIs, whatever the switch virtual interfaces, the same as VLAN interfaces, and verify the communication between the VLANs. So what we will going to do now, we configure the all the ports, whatever the switch ports we will configure, and switch to this is VLAN 100 and this is VLAN 200. So it for 200 and then this is also VLAN 200, this is VLAN 300 and our server setting as also VLAN 300. So we will configure all those interfaces now. So if you go and switch to, we have Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet is E1, 01 is on VLAN 100. So interface Giga Ethernet is 01, switch port mode access, switch port ACC access VLAN 100. Okay, keep it no shut, sometimes it saves you and troubleshooting. Then we're going to interface 02 is on VLAN 200. Next interface gig 02, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 200. Okay, no shut. So that's it. So I'm just save that one, done. Okay, now we're going to switch 1. So switch 1 is here again. Come on. Okay, switch 1. Next interface gig is 01, switch port mode access, sorry, switch port access VLAN. What is this one? 200. We got 200 VLAN. Then the gigabit Ethernet 2 is VLAN 300. switch port mode access, switch port mode access VLAN 300. Again we did something, sorry, switch port access VLAN 300. So do right. Okay, we configured now everything. So I'm going to switch on these all desktops now. These are Linux main machines. So 3 Linux main machines here. So this is just virtual PC, whichever is on same VLAN as a web server. So that's why I'm not doing that much here. So what we will do, we will configure this one first, is VLAN 300 PC1. So I configure, if you see that show IP, you won't have anything. So I'm configuring this one, IP 192.168.230.5. We will use all the 5 now, and subnet mask 255.255.255.255.0, and gateway is our 92.168.230.254. So that's it, checking the duplicates, and then it will configure everything for it. So we will ping first gateway. We are on our VLAN 300. We will check is our actually we are pinging that one, not normally in my production. I always try to ping first gateway, then if I want to go into other network, I will try to ping from that to other gateway first. So these basic 2 steps will tell you is the communication going or not. Then you can troubleshoot what is happening after that if he's not able to reach there. So that's my first concept. Okay, so 230.254. Okay, so we are pinging gateways now. Here is no problem to reach our gateway. Then I'm going to check VLAN 200 gateway. Am I able to reach? So I'm reaching VLAN 200 gateway now. So I do not have any communication issues from my VLAN 300 to other VLANs. So we won't have any issues. Now we are going to configure our next Linux Mint PCs VLAN 200. This one first we will do this one. So whichever you can see that VLAN 200 PC2 is this is a password is osboxes.org, whichever I explained in previous video, osboxes.org. Okay, so my system has up to 20 GB RAM, that's why I can put this many machines on GNS3. Please be careful when you are putting your machines on like that. So here I'm configuring my IP address on Linux Mint, so it's easy. I am changing this to manual now. I'm configuring is 192.168.200. This is we will configure is 6. Okay, then mask 24, and our gateway is 192.168.200.254. Okay, then I'm saving it. Okay, that's done now. So the configuration is done on this one. So we will ping. If you want to ping, sometimes we will restart network manager here. So osboxes.org. So this is a password, IP address, ADD address. So this is a manually configured. We will ping. I will just check before restart that one. 192.168.200.254 is the gateway itself, and we will configure our VLAN 300. Sorry, something is wrong. Ping name or service not known. 300.254. Sorry, it's a 230. Yes, we did. Sorry, I'm always doing the blunder mistake. So we are reaching that. So, and also everything we reaching traffic. Now I want to check communication to my web server, which is sitting there in that one. Before we do that, I'm not doing anything now. The thing is, I'm not started the web service on that server. So once we configure these VLANs, we will go there. Okay, next I'm configuring this one also. Sorry, and VLAN 200 PC1. So osboxes.org. I hope I entered wrong password. Yes, boxes.org. So here is also same thing. We're going to configure our network connections. So I'm going to wide connection, changing manual address to IPv4, add 192.168.200.5, and I'm configuring is 24 and 192.168. This is 200.254. Okay, that's it. Save it. Okay, that's it. Close the connections now. So I'm just configured. I'm checking the gateway ping 192.168.200.254. That's perfect, fine. This is done. So I'm closing this one. I'm going to VLAN 100 now. osboxes.org. Guys, if you feel bored, just pause the I will put the timestamps on the description, so you can go to the next step. I'm just going through step by step. I'm going through here. If anybody feel bored, please skip to the next step. These are the, if somebody don't know how to configure these all in Linux, somebody is struggle with that. 92.168 one dot. So I'm doing IP address 5 is a 24 mask and gateway 192.168.100.254. Okay, then save it. So we done it. Now checking the configuration. Ping 192.168.100.254. So we are reaching gateway. That's fine. Okay, all these desktops configured. I'm on server now. I'm checking that os boxes.org. Okay, I explained in the previous video why I did this one. We install the web server. So you'll see the previous command. I have to get install Apache 2. So what I'm doing here, I'm just starting system ctl start Apache 2. So I'm starting the Apache 2. We will check the web page and localhost itself. Just a minute. I'll check what IP address we got here. I hope I haven't got any IP address. Yeah, I haven't configured this IP address. After installing the Apache server, I removed the configuration. So here it is. I'm going to IPv4 and I'm changing manually. So I explained this, guys. This web server is in VLAN 300. So what we are doing, 192.168.230.100. Our web server is 100, subnet mask 24, and then 192.168.230.254 is our gateway. Sorry, guys. 168.230.100 and gateway is 192.168.230.254. Okay, then save it. So it's done now. So if you check IP address is perfect. So we will check our web server is a localhost. Sorry. Okay, you see that Apache 2 Ubuntu default web page that is normally you will display here. So this is working from this is working fine, no issues, web server is running fine. So I'm checking VLAN 100 now. So if you go in here, you check that web server communication from this desktop to that one. So I want to show you clearly, if some people do not understand, if I see it from virtual PC using the telnet or something. So that's why I put all these Linux Mint desktops to explain them properly. 192.168, there is the IP address. I haven't configured any DNS, that's why I'm using this one, 192.168.230.100. So we will see what will happen. It will take some time. We haven't pinged anything. 230 actually. Ping 192.168.230.254. We're reaching the network. Yeah, and we need to check 100 that one web server. So something is wrong, is not accepting the connections. So we'll check what is happening here. Wait a minute. So it's still not happening. So something is going here. Okay guys, I forgot to configure switch 1 interface into VLAN. Sorry, VLAN 300. So we're going to do that now. That's why it is not communicating. Yes, if interface is connected to 03. Interface gig Ethernet 03. Okay, switch port mode access. Yeah, then switch port, sorry, access VLAN 300. That's why this port is not in that. No shit, just leave that for that one. Now we will check what is happening. Okay, we are on VLAN 200 PC2 now. So if I ping that, come on, I hope it should work. Is VLAN 300, we did that. So we will check. Is it going out actually? The big mistake, we haven't pinged this one, 192.168.230.254. Okay, it's going to gateway now. It's going to others gateway. So it's going now, and web server needs to check. Okay, we are on this mint one. Which server is this one? I'm closing this one. Okay, we are on PC 200 now. Okay, is pinging now. So we are on VLAN 200. So I'm going to web browser now. HTTP 192.168.230.100. So you see that Apache to Ubuntu default web page. You will see that it is working fine from this PC which is sitting here. This is the one I'm tried it from. So we are going to try from this one, 200 and 1. You will see everything description and this title bar here. So we are going to try it from here. So you will see the IP address. This one IP address. Sorry, excuse me. This is 200.5. So we learn 200, which is switch 2. So we're going to try this one. 192.168.230.100. So guys, from everywhere we can reach all VLANs, from VLAN 200, VLAN 100 to VLAN 300. We can access web server. So everybody can work. Developers, testers, infra. So they can access their own. All the people can access the web server. So here is the comes now. Here comes our, what is our thing we have to do now next. So we did this one, everything whatever I did, configure SVS, verify the communication. We verify the access and everything from all the VLANs. They are communicating perfectly between VLANs. So my question, so we're going to block some traffic from VLAN 200. We want to block VLAN from VLAN 200. They're not allowed to go onto web server. So here it is. So we can allow everyone from VLAN 100. We can allow VLAN 300 is same network, but we can allow people from VLAN 100. But we want to block people from VLAN 200 to our web server. So we will configure the access list. We do not have any firewalls here, so the only way we will do restrict through access list. So we have two types of access list: standard and extended. Standard access list is prioritize the traffic by source IP address, but we are doing all VLAN, so we can use extended access list here. So we will configure extended access list, then apply to the access list to our VLAN interface here. So what we will do here, configure the first access list. Okay, excuse me. Okay, I'm configuring the access list, extended access list, and switch to here. Okay, so what we will do, going to enable, we check that we can access our everything from all the VLANs. We can access our web server, but we want to block access to whoever is on VLAN 200. So here it is config to, we are configuring IP access list extended, and access list name we want block HTTP block. Okay, this is the one I want to do. Okay, we configure the access list name only. So what we want to do, deny TCP any host to 192.168.230.100. So what port HTTP will use? Our is port 80. We are not using any HTTPS. This is just HTTP. So that is port 8. Sorry, any host is a space mistake, that done. Okay, then we want to block that one host from any host and to that one. Then but we want to allow other VLANs. So I'm using permit IP any. Okay, we configure the access list and rules only, but we want to apply this one to only to our VLAN 200 only. I don't want to apply everywhere. So what we will do, interface VLAN 200. Okay, then we gone to VLAN 200. We are applying that to that access list to our VLAN 200. IP access group, whatever is configurable list, the group whatever the rules we are doing, access group. What rule name is HTTP. Sorry, I put it wrong. It's HTTP block, BLOCK. Is it right? Yeah, HTTP block in. I hope you guys understand in out. If you are thinking about your body as a switch or router, and think about your hands as a interfaces. In means connection, whatever the connection coming into the switch. Okay, that means in that case ours is interface. If you are going out, the connection going from inside your body to your hands, so thus you are going out. So that is a good thing, a good assumption about thinking about in and out of the traffic. So if you are assuming as you are a switch or router, if is anything connection coming in, that is in. If is going connection out, that is means you are putting the rule to from your body to going out. So this one I am following from nearly 15 years. So I will never get confused with that rule. So please remind that one. Okay, I'm entering the in. So that's it. That's a thing we have to do. Only those 5 lines. So it will block all VLAN 200 to go out to the web server. So I'm just doing I'm saving the configuration VLAN 200. Okay, it boot the configuration. We will see how it goes. VLAN 100. Now VLAN 100 still working. Okay, VLAN 100 still pinging. So we are not blocked any pings. I'm not checking the pings. So it should work. HTTP 192.168.230.100 is our server. So that is our server HTTP ping, both working from VLAN 100. You will see that mint PC name is QMB VLAN 100 PC1. Okay, that's done. So we are going to VLAN 200 now. So I'm closing that. Sometimes cache will be overwrite. Ping, we going to do 230. and 100. So things are working fine still, no issues. And we have to check this one, we have to verify this one, is the access list affected or not. Sometimes it takes time, these are the simulations. So but in a physical switch, if it's a network, it will immediately affect. So that's why I'm waiting. 230.100. Aha, you see that it stops, so it's not working. So we can ping it from that. We not blocked any ICMP traffic, we only blocked HTTP. So that's why. So this is the access list, works perfectly now. Okay, so I'm canceling this ping, and here we tested and test switch 2 also. Switch 2 only at the moment. We're going to switch 1. There is another VLAN 200 PC. So we are going here. So we will check pinging is working still, another switch, and I'm going to check web connection. HTTP 192.168.230.100. You see that? So there is no traffic going from VLAN 200 to VLAN 300 now. So we block the HTTP. I'm uploading this lab. Yeah, I'm uploading this lab into. I will add uploading this one, but I won't upload any images. This is illegal. So you need to install your mint disk mint. Otherwise, you can build your own lab same as this one, layer 2 switches with the VLANs and the web server, and practice yourself. And if you want to go to little bit more complicated, however you can do complicated, like, okay, if you want to block, put the cloud here, like uh, whatever, you put the cloud here and block the traffic going out, or put the FTP server or DNS server. So you, however you want to practice, so that's good practice. If practice makes you perfect, you can think about, it will help you interview, it will help you in a real world, and it will help you when you see the questions in exam. You will immediately get idea where to troubleshoot. So thus I've suggested, I will upload this lab. If you want to download into your GNS3, how to do that, I will explain here. So here is export portable project and import portable project. So you can upload these projects or import this project. I will put the link in description, so everybody can do that. I'm deleting this one. So please subscribe for latest updates on other things. So whatever our task started, everything what we finished here, whatever we started. So is everything done now? Big right? Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe for latest updates on Cisco. We will go into next one, is we will jump onto the OSPF protocols. Okay. So see you on the next one, next lab, how we will troubleshoot OSPFs and see areas. Okay. Bye bye. See you on next lab. Thank you.